I remember some weird anime about a group of naked girls stuck in a bathroom without doors, having a philosophical debate about never getting out of the room. After losing hope and starving for some days, everything goes downhill. They start screaming and yelling, then they all commit either by smashing their heads on the floor or scratching their necks to bloody pieces. One girl helped the other to drown in the sink because she asked her to hold her, because, well, she couldn't do it herself. I cried myself to sleep right after watching the video, because I just didn't even know anymore. Why would anyone draw that with such precision? It was goddamn horrifying. It looked 80s-ish in quality, audio too. Japanese dub, English subs. Lasted about 30 minutes, no credits, but it seemed ripped. The voices sounded very young, but Japanese sound young in their 50s. Haven't found or seen it again. The name of the vid was something along the lines of Go for a Punch or something. What I just read was a retelling of a 4chan's eerie experience while working on the deep web. On February 19th, in the paranormal board of 4chan known as X, a user made a post asking board members for, quote, "the most fucked up thing you've ever seen on the deep web." The response to this post was filled with the type of replies you would expect, from users claiming to see the most fucked up gore imaginable, to users claiming to have stumbled across life-scarring snuff films. But one reply amongst the others stood out, and would end up making this thread infamous. The OP replied to the post I wrote at the start of the video, claiming to have seen an anime by the name of Go for a Punch, or Saiki Sanobashi in Japanese. The video was a typical shock gore anime, something along the lines of Shoujo Tsubaki, but the fact that the OP stumbled across the film on the deep web, and the fact that no one had seemed to heard of it, the post garnered quite a lot of attention. The search for the unknown anime gained traction quite quickly, with users on the board wanting to see the disturbing anime themselves. Users began to rapidly fire questions to the OP. How did the girls look like, Anon? And when did you watch it? Some of us are really interested. Little, rather, far-apart eyes, almost like Miyazaki. Most had bushy brown hair, and only one, the one that was drowned, had really brightly coloured hair. I watched it in 2011 for sure. Ask me for more details if you want. I remember everything, and not just because I have particularly photographic memory, but because it was really intense for me at the time, especially because of one particular scream one girl had. It had a really strange echo to it. It almost made me dizzy. The closest reproduction of the sound I can find is from the Shining soundtrack. I changed the pitch so it sounds more like it. I swear, if I hear anything like the real thing again, I'll go berserk. Pick related. The girl with the hime cut, but imagine her with almost white hair. The OP then went into more depth on the details of the anime he had watched. I hope you have better luck than me, but at the same time, I hope you don't, because if you're anything like me, it will be pretty depressing. It just has this abstract feeling to it that doesn't go away for a long time. It definitely wins the time record for character development. I felt really bad for all of them. There were 9 girls in the room. 8 of them looked really similar, but all their voices varied. There wasn't even instrumental music, just occasional ambience throughout the video. What was most unsettling about the suicide scene were the weird camera angles and no horror music as I'd expect. Just girls softly sobbing and gagging as they ripped their necks open with their fingers. They looked like the embodiment of lost hope. And the head smashing parts. I don't even want to go into the details. The title of the video was probably not true to the original, since this is deep web we're talking about. Even less reliable source of information than shit posters on 4chan. But even if it was deleted, there should still be a way of restoring it, since it was once posted on the internet. That depends on time though. He then gave some insight into the type of website the video was hosted on. Sorry if I misled anyone. I'm stupid. How could I forget? There were probably Japanese symbols in the title, but I had Windows XP at the time, so I can only see them as little boxes. It was something like this. Line, 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 go for a punch. Line, 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 DL slash some code consisting of letters and numbers. I'm not sure if the exact amount of boxes is correct, but I'm sure there was less boxes before the English text. By the way, the layout of the site I watched it in looked similar to today's Bing video previewer. Pick related. The OP had stirred up quite the story, and 4chan users began to add their theories to the thread. Maybe it was an amateur anime from the 80s. Sometimes I think about music and how there's some really obscure stuff out there. My current obsession, Japanese avant folk music. It makes me wonder if there are any obscure anime or shit like that. Or how about my personal favorite theory? Maybe it was a K-On! Pilot episode. Eventually, a user posted about the lost anime in the anime board of 4chan, known as A. From doing so, we finally got the name, Saki Sanobashi. I got the name Saki Sanobashi on A. Ring any bells? Funnily enough, searching that on Google gives no results, and mods/janitors just deleted my thread. Is this your anime, Anon? The OP never responded to this reply, but regardless of if the name was made up, it still became synonymous with the lost deep web anime. Later in June of the same year, another thread popped up on the paranormal board, checking up on the search for Go For A Punch. Anyone find any clues on the origin of this yet? There was some talk about asking 2chan with the use of a proxy. Another chan is to search the deep web for any video streaming sites. So far, all we know is that the actual name is not Saki Sanobashi, considering no results on Google show up for Saki Sanobashi, Sanobashi Saki, or even just Sanobashi. We'll dump details the original Anon posted. Do any of you guys know of studios or animators who have a similar theme in their work, i.e. ambient music, abstract feeling, dark themes like suicide, simplistic, plain character design, character development, violence? If we can narrow down studios or people who make this sort of stuff, perhaps we can find it. Same guy here. Anyone watch Boogie Pop Phantom? It immediately came to mind for me. I never finished it, but it seems to fit every one of those themes except for ambient music. Not sure if the original OP ever described the voices in detail. The whole thing may be poorly dubbed with cheap voice actors. If there are chances that it's an amateur work from a small group of people in a basement or something, it might explain the 80s thing, since back then quality was not exactly good. It can also explain the no instrumental music thing. You said the voices were very young, but each one sounded distinct, which made up for the generic character designs. This is a good point. But if it's an amateur anime or basement work, isn't it odd that some westerners just happen to find it and sub it? Unless there is, or were, some subbing group that somehow had access to obscure shows, subbed them, and then uploaded the more graphic ones to the deep web to avoid their shit getting taken down. Either that or some large company subbed it, but it got axed for being too explicit or depressing for Western audiences. Or the animators/staff who worked on this amateur piece were fortunate enough to have found someone who spoke fluent enough English to make comprehensible subs. Also, the fact that there are no credits makes it seem like it was either 1, cut by subbers, or 2, part of the series. The rest of which is probably even more obscure and hard to find. Some users on the thread also related this questionably existent anime to the aforementioned manga and anime, Shoujo Tsubaki. Shoujo Tsubaki, created by the mad lad himself Suhiro Maruo, followed an orphan girl that joins the circus, but most noticeably in the anime, the girl is abused with obscene depictions of violence and disturbing imagery. The anime was received quite, well, not good. But personally, I kinda see it as being shocking for the sake of being shocking. Saki Sanobashi was also likened to the more newer manga named Brain Damage by Kago Shintaro. Looking at some of these panels from these two manga, it's pretty understandable why the described hypothetical lost anime was compared. After this, the search went pretty quiet, but it was later picked back up in July of 2018. This time, the search went to Twitter, via a thread created by the user Fabianski. Can one of you guys help me? I've been looking for a specific manga, but I don't remember the name of it. It was about 3 high school students who get trapped in a room and talk about their lives and stuff. I remember that they all end up eventually killing themselves, with one of them helping the girls drown herself, and the others banging her head on the concrete. I can't find any information about this, but I know it's real. Anyone? Okay, so it's banned in America, so I guess I'm going to have to look around. Okay, so 2 things. It might have been another name called Saki Sonobashi, and maybe loosely based off another manga called Dragonhead. But, according to the sources, this had an 80s anime aesthetic to it. Maybe Dragonhead is loosely based off it? Fuck me, man. Is this it? Is this the lost anime? Let's click the link and find out. Well, that's unfortunate. What was this link? What did Fabianski stumble across? Fortunately, some lucky few were able to see the video before it was taken down by YouTube. Apparently the video contained a man sitting on the floor, writing on the wall in his own blood, "Happy fucking Valentine's Day?" Why, pretty creepy and weird. This isn't the video we had been hoping for. As all hopes of finding the video seemed to have been lost, the Lord and Saviour himself, Hasham Musun, responded to the thread. This certain individual is the OP of the largest Reddit thread discussing Saki Sonobashi, and thanks to them, the search of the lost anime was reignited. Sorry to bother you, but what was that video? This was a long time ago, but I think it was some manga scans. They were very poorly made though, like it was amateurish, but gruesome. I remember that it was taken down a while after. Thank you. Would I be bothering you if I asked you to let me know if you found it or something? This searching revived after years of inactivity. No, not at all. I'm actually really interested in this too. Nice. So, according to Fabianski, the video contained manga scans, not this happy fucking Valentine's Day video. Maybe he posted the wrong link or something. The Twitter user Purple Snake began to ask Fabianski for answers to this confusion. Did some digging around and realized that the same link was posted on several X threads a while back, including a Saki Sonobashi thread I made. It was a video of a guy writing "Happy fucking Valentine's Day" with his blood. No manga scans. What the hell did I see then, lol? Here was the thread. The link was posted only a few posts down. Oh, now you got me interested in this again. If it is true you found some manga scans, how did you find them? Because it was definitely not from that thread. Sorry about that, it's been a while since I looked back on this. I remember a while back on the next thread, someone may have posted manga scans, but they were very poorly made. I do remember the vid actually now too. I think I got those two mixed up, sorry. Maybe it could have just been a mock-up of what it could have been, but it was literally MS Paint tier shit. Unexpectedly, our boy Fabianski posted another link, this time to a Daily Motion video. And you guessed it, it's also a dead link. And from what I know, it's not at all archived. When Fabianski was asked about the link, he says it contained the video of a character being ripped apart. Yeah, I wonder why it was taken down. For a while, this was where the search ended, but as we will see, this was only just the beginning.
この夏全国のパトレーバーファンを熱狂させたあの劇場版がついにビデオ化。パトレーバー劇場版12月16日発売。鎧よ、俺とお前は一心同体。超ド級の迫力が君を熱くする。武者ガンダムクロス。 これぞ SD 戦国伝。勇気がどんどん正義がバンバン。かっこいいのか何なのかさっぱわからない。おいおい天下無敵のこの軽さ。バンダイ SD ガンダム BB 戦士だもーんと。
For about half a year or so, the search remained dormant. No updates seemed to have been made to the search, and it appeared that all interest in the lost anime died. That was until January of 2019, when the subreddit r/Saki Sonobashi was made. Interest in the search seemed to have picked up again, but no revelations came into fruition until the end of that year. On the 22nd of November, previously mentioned Twitter user Purple Snake returned to Twitter. The boys are back in town. It's time. It's time for round 2. Over the years, the subreddit has grown to about 5,500 members, with frequent updates regarding the search being posted daily. As of now, the subreddit is somewhat inactive, with it being the grounds for shitposting. As for why that is, well, you're gonna have to stick around to the end of the video and find out. Let me not forget the Discord. The Discord, while less prevalent than the subreddit, was filled with a constant stream of trolls, with voice chats containing hundreds of users at a time arguing with each other. The civil unrest amongst Discord users soon became a much larger problem, but I'll get to that later. Let me not forget to mention the video made by Wang. Wang, one of my favorite YouTubers by the way, made a video about the search for Saki Sanebashi when it was back in its prime. His video is what brought most people to the search, and he would remain a primary source of updates on the subject. I know this won't do much, cause I don't think he really needs my shout out, but nonetheless, go check out his channel. His videos are very well done, and his videos on Saki Sanebashi really helped me with my research, because if it wasn't for him, I'd be scrolling through hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of 4chan posts. Anyway, back to the search. On the Saki Sanebashi subreddit, shortly after Wang's video, a post was made by a now deleted user claiming to have also seen the lost anime, further backing up the original 4chan post. I saw this anime on a surface website, not deep web, a long time ago, 2007, 2008. I don't know the name because the version I saw had no subs, only some kanji. I think it was kanji, so I can't confirm if the Go Through Punch title is real. I saw Wang's video this morning and the description brought some nasty, nostalgic moments to my mind. My memory did its best to forget this shit. I love creepy anime like the Midori Flower Girl, and a long time ago I found a surface site only about creepy anime. The name of the site was something like animebestgore.com. Take this domain name with a grain of salt though, it was a long time ago. The site had a lot of creepy and full gore anime, Midori, Genocyber, Devilman, and others. This happened during my summer vacation. July maybe. I found that site and for 2 days I watched as many OVAs as I could. That is when I saw a thumbnail with a girl's head on the ground. She had her brain showing. On the right there was a Japanese name. I can't read kanji. I clicked on the picture and the anime begun. It was in fact from the 80s or 90s. The quality was actually not bad though. The OVA begins with a black screen. I could hear something like Buddhist mantras mixed with a drum. This would play while a Japanese big red title slowly appeared on the screen. After the title appeared, the mantras stopped and I could only hear drops of water falling on the ground. The bathroom scene begins and it goes just like the 2015 post described. My version was complete, I think. It had credits in the end. In the end, the credits would play as sad Japanese rock-like music, sung by a woman who would play on in the background. After the credits ended, the scene would change. You could now see a girl with short red hair waking up in the same bathroom. After that, the camera zooms on her face as she screams. The OVA then ends. It was a strange anime. I felt uncomfortable when it was over. I'll be posting this on other related topics. Feel free to ask me about details. I want to help with the hunt and maybe watch it again. This post would become pretty well received, with users spamming the post for the OP to go into further detail about what he saw. One such question was about the appearance of the girls in the bathroom. According to the OP, all of the girls started off by wearing school uniforms, but would later become naked for whatever reason. Users would reply to the post with songs that they thought may have been used for the anime and asked the OP if this was what he was thinking of. None of the songs provided seemed to match his memory, and the music behind the anime remained unknown. Questions were also made about the site that the videos were hosted on. His description seemed to have matched the one given in the original 4chan thread, but he said that the website hosting the video had shut down in 2011. According to the OP, he had been told his information by his friend Pedro. That friend Pedro. If this passing joke wasn't enough, people would also start to poke holes in his story, outlining several inconsistencies, such as how he would differ in the comments whether or not the school uniform was blue or red, and he would often contradict the colours of the girl's hair. After being pressured for answers in the subreddit, the OP posted this on the Discord. Didn't we have fun? I thought you guys knew this was supposed to be an RP thing. You can kick me, that's okay, but we did have fun. As you can guess, he got kicked immediately, and also apparently deleted his Reddit account, which was a whopping 13 years old. He must have got quite a lot of hate if he went that far to delete a 13-year-old Reddit account. At this point in the search, people began to grasp for straws. Any anime that was even the slightest Eroguro-esque was thought to be Saki Sanobashi. Urban Dictionary defines the term Eroguro as an anime category that is often shortened to just Guro. It is a Japanese art form that focuses on bizarre gore, grotesque, and mutilation mixed with eroticism. In the West, gory hentai is often just referred to as guro, especially if there is a heavily mutilated anime girl covered in blood, missing limbs or other various body parts, or spilling organs. Often all three are present, and the subject is deceased. Items that are pornographic and bloody are not necessarily eroguro, and eroguro is not necessarily pornographic or bloody. The term is often used incorrectly by Western audiences to mean gore, depictions of horror, blood, and guts. So, I think of like anime, like Berserk, I guess, and like then the creepy circus anime that I talked about earlier. Basically, just a cool gory action anime with blood and gore and that sexy stuff. Anytime a Redditor or 4chan user found one of these, they went, I found the creepy lost anime, guys, look. Because of this, the search directed itself towards the Guro-chan, a 4chan board that specializes in Guro. As you would expect, the board isn't really as popular nowadays as it once was, because of, censorship stuff. Back in 2008/2007, bro, that was back when the original Guro-chan was running in full swing. The site in its current state is just a shell, and is a minor glimpse of what it used to be back in the days. In earlier of those years, the Guro community was much bigger back then in general. There were more dedicated forums to Guro/freakshow/scat to share doujins, manga, and OVAs, and there lay the problem. If one of those forum sites shut down, it pretty much took all of the stuff on there with it. Unfortunately, a lot of media is lost since those days, and I'm talking a lot. Whole manga series were scanned, some translated, and were never really backed up. They were kept on crappy file hosts that all went dead within years. There are series that still to this day I can't find on the web anymore, and at that time they were posted back in those years, they were already out of print media. Unless someone with a copy of such old stuff is still into the whole obscure community and realizes people are looking for it, then gone and forgotten it will remain. The creator of this post makes some pretty valid points. Many Guro anime have been lost due to censorship and the way stuff like that is looked at now. If Saki Sonobashi was to actually have existed, it's safe to bet that it was just another edgy, offensive anime lost to time with the others. The anime would have been lost forever because of the points made in this post. But what if the anime wasn't actually a part of the Guro genre? It's entirely possible that it was something completely else, but the scene that was described in the original post was just a small part of a bigger art piece. While the search was still expanding, the Discord server seemed to have, been shrinking. Fights were constantly occurring between users and staff members. People were being banned left and right for no reason, and of course the class act of admin abuse. A Redditor by the name Simlander88 made a post in the subreddit outlining some key points of drama in the Discord server. So apparently a Discord server is banning people left and right. A server called Saki, the lost anime was called. I joined the server a few days ago and was actively helping out the cause to search this supposed lost anime, but after people lying and trolling, the server just went into a dumpster fire. The owner, who went by Eclipse Main, was the owner of the said server. My issue with his actions is not handling the mess that was going on for the past few days. He's been outed by his own staff of admins and mods and the community itself. Various reasons for the dumpster fire. An admin left due to not handling the shitposting. Another admin locked the general channel after a user was exposed for lying about his supposed anime he'd seen, leaving the entire hundreds of users to go promote another admin, and he went power hungry, started banning people over words. Another admin promotes a user to mod status, thus leaving the mod banning 50 users for no reason other than the lols. Some users came forward about witnessing the lost anime. Some, however, proceeded to troll and allow the user in the server to flip their shit again. Now when the server deleted a role, the whole server went into madness, thus another admin leaving due to the mess the owner caused, another being confronted about the owner deleted or lack of activity with the server, claims for clout, and if this anime is discovered, he wants his name out there. Honestly, it was a blast to meet people on that server. Good luck with all the findings. Sorry, writing is not my big language. Yeah, so that did not seem like a fun place to be. With the downfall of the server, it's no wonder why the search started to die down with, false leads, lies, and tons of other drama. That was until a certain image was found. This image. It was discovered by the user FNeo. There's a lot to talk about this FNeo fella. Now, I'm not saying that this guy is a pedo, but nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, there's some wild accusations about this guy. He's an internet sleuth and is known for visiting that one site that rhymes with Derfict Park that if you download stuff from will get your house instantly raided. After getting a lot, and I mean a lot of hate, he eventually left the subreddit and Discord in 2020 and hasn't been seen since. FNeo, I am summoning you. If you won't get back to Discord and accept my friend request, I will tell everyone you have that stuff on your computer and that you have been downloading it from that website. Imagine being a guy who is putting hours of his time and effort into helping people find a lost anime for the community, and the only thanks you get is a bunch of 13-year-old edgelords trolling you. Let's see, FNeo does a bunch of searching. Everyone else was too busy shitposting. He finds some cool shit on a P2P site, He May Go, as well as some since he's blindly downloading shit. Then instead of helping FNeo with the search, all you teeny edgelords harass and meme him until he abandons the Discord. The Discords are then turned into dumb shit posting. FNeo hasn't done any public searching, if any searching at all. I wouldn't blame him, since instead of thanking him, you called him a pedo since January, and you're still shitposting about him 6 months later because you have nothing better to do with your life. The man himself, Purple Snake, even replied to this thread saying, "The funny thing about this is that it's actually true. FNeo did in fact download a lot of Club Penguin, albeit unintentionally." Anyway, back to that picture. FNeo made a document that I cannot find anywhere. I looked for hours, and I mean hours, I could not find it. The document supposedly contained Google Trends data for the term Saki Sonobashi. Surprisingly, he found a Portuguese article talking about the lost anime a whopping 10 years before the original 4chan post. In November of 2019, a 4chan user found a post on X about a guy claiming to have seen an anime similar to Saki Sonobashi. This shit is really lost. I remember watching it on a LAN party during uni here in Macedonia. It had no sub. The nerds who were learning Jap translated for the whole room. It was called something like that word. 9 girls, I believe it was in the name. I forgot all Jap I have ever learned. Locked in an underground facility. They all had background story. One was the daughter of some politician. The one with red hair was the daughter of some Yakuza boss. There was some organization that locked them down there and streamed the whole thing because they wanted a ransom. There was 100% head smashing scene, where the Yakuza girl smashed the head of the blonde one, which was the daughter of some loan shark, and there already was bad blood between them. She did it because they got food in exchange for it. This was back in 2011 or 2012. It was pretty well made. Chaos, head vibes. That term translates to Nine Kakuro, or 9 angels. Alternate translations, 9 occurrences, 9 degrees, and 9 corners. Using PD, the supposed name was split up into a tag-friendly format to allow for memory error of the original poster. Terms 9, Q, were used. The latter one produced more than 900 immediate and more than 1700 results after 2 minutes, and was therefore dismissed. Angel, Kakudo, and occurrence were used as tags and returned positive results, acquiring more than 21 files. One of them labeled that.gzip. It contained the following: the girl dies, nomad.bitmap. The young woman passes away. Searching for Nomad returned results of a fan subbing group that has locked outside access to its website at the time of writing this. Connection to a Japanese animation studio was also made. No solid disprovals of their connection to the screenshot have been made yet. Damn, that's that's a cool image. It has to be from Saki Sonobashi, right? Like, we did it. The anime, it's real. It's actually real. I'm done. I'm done with this. Hey, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. This is only part 1 of a part 2 series. The next one should be up soon. But yeah, I had fun making this. Yeah, I have not slept for a few nights researching this. You know, it's really entertaining stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I worked very hard on this. If you liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. If you want to, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.